Hey everyone, my name is Ben, and I'll be giving you a short overview um, about the Chartres Cathedral of Notre Dame Digital Library at the University of Pittsburgh. So let's just walk through this. Um, the mission of the digital library is to preserve the stained glass floor plans and sculptural details of the Notre Dame Cathedral at Chartres, France. The community, well, there's um, the fact that it's available to anyone online, free to use. So that's the user community. The It's hosted by the University of Pittsburgh, and anyone who's interested in the cathedral would be part of the user community. Stakeholders would be obviously the university itself through its hosting and funding of the digital library. Professor Emerita M. Allison Stone's PhD is a stakeholder through initiating and assembling the digital library. And the photographers of the images are stakeholders through their copyright in the photographs. The public could be said to be a stakeholder in their current free access to the service, as well as the public interest in preserving the Notre Dame Cathedral at Chartres. Um, I'm not quite sure how the digital library is funded. The library is quite limited in scope, existing only to document the Notre Dame Cathedral at Chartres. It doesn't have a steady stream of new content, and it doesn't really need it to be sustainable either. The collection is also hosted by a public university, so that means it's more sustainable, less likely to go defunct, and it's part of a larger digital library system within the university, so it um, doesn't really need new kinds of content to be relevant. As far as operating with other universities, um, it makes special allowance for its assets to be used for academic purposes, and it also lists some of its policies pertaining to offensive content in its archives. It's harmonized those with some other universities, but other than that, there doesn't appear to be any interoperability stated. Um, as far as kinds of content, um, it's all images. Some are images of stained glass. Some are images of architecture. There's images of sculptures. There's images of maps. There's images of schematics. I've got a few right here to show. This is a map of where Chartres is. Zoomed in. This is a image of a stained glass window in the cathedral. I don't really like the media viewer on here much, but you can just download the images as well. Another image, just of stained glass. This is an image of a diagram of the cathedral. And this is just an old print of what it looked like in the past. Um, the website states this website provides access to a comprehensive collection of images and detailed descriptions of Chartres Cathedral. The images depict the stained glass windows, floor plans, and sculptural details of the monument. What will it contain in 5 years, and is there a formal collection development policy? As far as I can tell, there is no stated content development policy. Um, As the homepage describes the collection as comprehensive already, there doesn't seem to be a need or an indication that the collection will be expanded upon. Who can add to the collection? I think only the university can add to the collection because the university is listed as a contributor on every piece in the collection, in addition to other individual contributors. But the university is always listed. How is it organized, and what are the basic units of the collection? Um, there are no like subcategories. It's a bit difficult to browse. Um, there's around 170 pages of displayed images and around 3,391 items. Um, you can filter by subject and location as a feature of the university's platform, but in this collection, it's all the same location, Shatra, and it's all the same subject, which is the cathedral. So it's not very useful. Um, the metadata components are title, date, identifier, creator, um, description, type, genre, subject, geographic subject, collection, contributor, and rights information. Um, it isn't integrated into a physical library. It's just about the cathedral. Some of the item descriptions will point you towards physical locations where you can find them in the cathedral, but there is no physical access other than actually going to the cathedral in France. There is no real access policy, it's just freely available online. So they don't really need one. As far as services that are provided, there's a basic search, as well as the ability to search by specific metadata categories, like date or contributor or subject, and there is a sort function. Let me show you that real quick. Yeah, you can search by these subjects, and you can sort by these tags. But as you can see here, it's all the same subject, and it's all the same location. So this part is not really useful for this digital library. As far as reference services, there is up here at the top, there's an Ask an Archivist link, but there's nothing else except their socials down the bottom. But it's not really clear to me that anyone who knows anything about this collection could be contacted from here. The link to the depositor here just shows a couple images that she submitted, but I wouldn't really know how to contact her just from looking at the digital library. Helper instruction. Like I said, I don't think that that offers a lot here. I mean, I would have to ask an archivist, but I haven't tried to do that. And on to the final subject, the technology. It's not really clear where these images are hosted at. I can only assume that they're on the university servers. And the actual way that you interact with the images could be better. I don't really like their little app window here. But like I said, you just download them, but there's also no quick way to download all of the images at once if you want to view them in a different way. I would kind of like to see that. Other than that, special security or quality of service provisions, I don't think so. It's pretty limited. I can't really see security being a huge problem. And research and development problems, I think it's a finished collection. There's not doesn't appear to be a whole lot more that they could do with it. I'm not sure if it's currently developed. But yeah, that's my showcase of the Chartres Cathedral of Notre Dame Digital Library at the University of Pittsburgh. I hope you found this informative. And yeah.